Hi students, today I am going to discuss the types of firewalls. In previous class, I discussed about the firewalls, what is a firewalls and what is an important factors in the firewalls. So what are the functionalities of the firewall, how the firewall can protect the incoming data and how it can be filtered. So how the firewall can forward the unwanted data or the threatened data to the dustbin. Now coming to the main focus on the types of firewalls. Now we know that the firewalls are nothing but the which can protect the local system or the network of the system. It is nothing but the intermediation device between the public network and the private network. The public network either the internet or anything. So the private networks are the users network, user maintained the organization or the any other user network. So here it is nothing but a mediation in between these two. So what the firewall is nothing but a firewall is nothing but a cyber security tool. A cyber security tool which can be take the only data which has to which cannot affected the virus effect, which can affected the virus effect or any other that is an hacking effect. So that means the data should be in the purely the original data or the valid data or the meaningful data. So the firewall can only access that type of data. How it can be accessed, that is how it can be filtered. So in the previous class I discussed 2 or 3 times the firewalls can be filtered the data. How it can be filtered, how it can be takes the valid, how it can be identified the invalid data. So that is with the help of the 3 types of firewalls here. So what the first type is nothing but the packet filtering router, second one is the application level gateway, and third one is the circuit level gateway. So what the application level gateway and the circuit level gateway and the packet filtering router. So these 3 are the types of firewalls. Why these different types are nothing but the incoming message and the outgoing message are the not the a permanent standard, because the data should be taken into the different standards. The different categories of the messages are coming from the public network, and the different types of the messages are transmitted to the different users. So that's why here whatever the platform are created to send that particular message, so based on the different types of message, the different categories of the firewalls can be acted. So based on that particular data. Now coming to the first type, this is the packet filtering router. Now you can observe this particular diagram. This is a packet filtering router. So in this, where the firewall should be, here is nothing but this is the type of the firewall. The firewall in between the public network, that is an internet network, and the private networks, that is which are connected number of hosts in the network. Now what the packet filtering router is nothing but it accesses the information from the public network. The packet filtering router can filter that information. So how it can be filtered is nothing but here the 2 techniques are there. The first one, it verifies the packet ID and the user that is some of the credentials of the security. The credentials in the sense some type of username and password based technique, and sometime we can observe that is a one-time stamp here, OTS. So one-time stamp is nothing but, so that message is a repeated message or that message is the newly message. So these 3 categories can be verified by the packet filtering router. So first one, it verifies the packet. So the packet which is coming from the internet is the datagram. So in the network we know that the information can be sent through the packet. So in the internet the data can be sent to the datagram. So the datagram which can be transmitted from the public network, the datagram is transmitted through the packet filtering router. First it will be identified the packet ID. So the packet address, IP packet address, IP address, it verifies the logical address, it verifies the information about this IP. So whether that IP is the valid configuration or not, whether that IP is the valid or not, everything will be checked by this particular packet filtering router. After checking these three credentials, first one is the a verification of the packet filtering router, with the help of the IP address or the IP packet number and whatever it is, and that means the inside data is also verified. And the second one is which allows the user credentials like username and password based technique. And third one is the one-time stamp can be used verification of the packet filtering router. So once it will be completed the three verification done by the packet filtering router, then only the message can be forwarded to the private network. So that private network can be used the valid data. If the invalid data or threatened data or any virus affected data is used by the private networks, automatically the communication or the circuit can be break up, and also all the systems are going to be crashed. So that's why the packet filtering router is very advantages of this particular packet filtering router can handle that particular information these three ways. And coming to the next type of the firewall is application level gateway. Now you can observe this particular application level gateway. Now you can observe this is an application level gateway. What this particular application level gateway is nothing but, so here this is a application level gateway, so that is where we can observe. So this is the firewall. This is the second type of the firewall. What this firewall is nothing but the application level gateway. So here in the application level gateway, what is a gateway? We know that gateway is a protocol converter. A protocol converter in the sense, so which takes one standard of protocol and converts it into the another standard of the protocol. So the gateway is nothing but a protocol converter, which is nothing but a translator. So whatever the message is sent from the center, so the message is received by the receiver and transmitted through this particular proxy. It is a firewall or the proxy server, you can observe. That is a mediation server. So whatever the understandable code of the particular destination party, the same code can be prepared by this particular file. Now based on this, here some of the protocols are used. The initially HTTP is the default one, hypertext transmission protocol. HTTP can handle the connection of primary connection between the two end users, that is a public network and the private network. And SMTP, that is a general format of the internet, simple mail transmission protocol, so which is used the default standard internet information. And FTP is nothing but the file transfer protocol, and Telnet is nothing but the terminal network. So what the terminal network can be taken as, the terminal network can be connected, between the two systems are able to connect the physical connection and transmitted the same port number. So that's why here this particular firewall protocol, whatever the application standard, that particular application standards are verified through this particular server or the firewall, and it allows the incoming message and forwarded to the outside message, or else it allows the outside messages and it can be forwarded to the incoming, vice versa. This means the firewall can be act as a firewall. In the application level gateway, the four types of applications or protocols are implemented. These four protocols can be verified, each and every message, and whether the proper standard are maintained or not. So this is the second type of the protocol. The third type of the application level gateway is the firewall is the circuit level gateway. What the circuit level gateway? A circuit is the combinations of the, we know that the components. Here also whatever the components are required in the gateway. So here routers and the gateways are the different configurations. So the router can access the same and gateway can be access the same, but it converted to the different. But the router also can be transmitted to the same standard of the protocol to the destination. But here the circuit can be handled one of the information, so which is a valid of this particular inside messages or the outside messages. So that means the circuit level gateway, so it can be configured both the TCP IP and the UDP protocols. because it also maintains the a connection to connection, that is a system to system communication, and whereas it also having the process to process communication. In this field, in this firewall, in the circuit level gateway firewall, it also verifies the a connection establishment. It also verifies the a process information. A process information should be taken in the two categories. So that is the a TCP or the UDP. So these two are also maintained to combined in a circuit level. That's it. Inside messages can be taken to the forwarded to the outside message, and outside messages are also taken to forwarded to the inside message. The vice versa can be maintained also this type of the circuit level gateway. So this is the three types of the firewalls. In the coming to this, one more important, there are some limitations of the firewalls. You can observe a firewall also can have some limitations. So what the limitations? A firewall cannot stop users from accessing malicious websites. Sometimes the firewalls cannot stop the users, because the malicious websites you can access that may not be filtered by the firewall. Okay, these are the some of the limitations. Firewalls cannot prevent misuse of passwords. The firewalls cannot protect the if security rules are signified. So that means the firewalls cannot secure the system which is already infected. If it is already infected system, the firewall cannot be protected. So this is information about the types of firewalls and the limitations of the firewall.